This is a story about a friend of mine, who's now a friend of mine, in an engagement I had a number of years ago. I was engaged to help this gentleman figure out why his funeral home wasn't growing. So I visited for a day, spent the day with him, with his staff, toured the area, studied the town, some of the demographics, and so on. And finally, at the end of the day, I met with him and I shared that I felt like I had the answers to the issue. Well, the first answer, and this is an important piece, was that communities tend to move in specific directions. For instance, Detroit, Michigan is a east-west town. Where I used to live in Raleigh, North Carolina, that's a north-south town. Uh, his community was actually a south-centered community. And that meant it tends to move back and forth to the south. Uh, Unfortunately, his location was in the north, and despite the fact that it was a very nice location, people didn't tend to think of that area as a place they normally went. It wasn't a bad area. There was nothing wrong with it. It just wasn't part of the travel pattern of that community. So we came up with a number of ideas that really have made a difference. Things like having uh, antique auto shows in his parking lot. He had a wonderful place to hold band concerts and so try to move people towards that. But the real story is that at the end of the day, after having spent a day with him, getting to know him, meeting with his staff, getting to know his wife, I said, the one other issue we need to deal with is that, generally speaking, I said, I'm not trying to tell you you're a bad person, but generally speaking, you're just not likable. Well, of course, you can imagine he was a little perturbed with that, but I could tell that his wife understood kind of what I was talking about, and I made the comment. I said, it is not that you're not a good person, that you're not a nice person, that I don't enjoy your company. It's just that you're really sharp around the edges, and people would react to that. And he said, well, what do I do? And I said, that is the one thing I have a cure for. I said, one of the things that uh, would really help you is to attend a Dale Carnegie course. I said, my partner, who was a 10-year state senator, my son, who is a very successful attorney, both went through Dale Carnegie. I haven't, but I wish I had. It's just learning skills on how to get to know each other. So the elephant was that he had a social problem that he was unaware of, and of course, very few people, if any people, were willing to tell him. But there was a solution. Once the elephant was revealed, and he understood what we were talking about, he was able to go to Dale Carnegie, and now he characterizes himself as Mr. Wonderful, and you know what? He is.